the CIA's forbidden book, Secrets of the Adam and Eve Story. What if I told you that a single book, locked away for decades, contains secrets that could reshape everything we know about our past and predict our future? Would you believe that it was deemed so dangerous? It was classified by the CIA for nearly 60 years. This isn't a tale from a dystopian novel. It's the story of Asterisk, the Adam and Eve Story, a book written in 1966 by scientist and engineer Dr. Chan Thomas. But why would the government go to such lengths to keep it under wraps? And what truths or theories does it hold that could shake the foundations of science, history, and maybe even faith itself? Today, we're diving deep into the mysteries of Dr. Thomas's chilling predictions, weaving together ancient myths, modern science, and the strange events that make this tale feel uncomfortably plausible. But before we begin, take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and check out our other videos. If you're intrigued by hidden truths and forbidden knowledge, you're in the right place. Let's unravel the story. It was 1966, a time when the space race was in full swing, and humanity dared to dream of reaching for the stars. Amid this optimism, a man named Dr. Chan Thomas released a book that spoke not of progress, but of destruction, a vision of Earth undone by forces far greater than any nuclear arsenal. The book, titled Asterisk, the Adam and Eve Story Asterisk, wasn't just a cryptic title. It painted a vivid, apocalyptic picture. Earth's poles shifting catastrophically, triggering earthquakes, floods, and winds of unimaginable force. Thomas believed that such events weren't a matter of if, but when. And then the book vanished, classified, sanitized. Only 57 of its original 284 pages were eventually released to the public, and even those were heavily redacted. The question is, why? To answer that, we need to go back to the source. Dr. Thomas was no fringe theorist. He was an engineer for McDonnell Douglas, a major aerospace manufacturer. He also worked on projects tied to UFOs and advanced technology, topics already steeped in secrecy. But Asterisk, the Adam and Eve Story Asterisk, didn't discuss spacecraft. It laid out a terrifying theory about Earth itself. Thomas claimed that every several thousand years, Earth undergoes a cataclysmic pole shift. Imagine this. The planet's crust temporarily loses its grip on the molten layer below, allowing continents to move like pieces on a spinning board. When this happens, the forces involved destroy everything: civilizations, landscapes, even the memory of what came before. Thomas argued that this had happened many times in Earth's history. The last event, he claimed, occurred around 6,500 years ago, wiping out advanced civilizations and leaving humanity to start over in what we now call the Stone Age. But Thomas wasn't the first to propose such ideas. In the 1950s, Charles Hapgood, a historian turned geologist, introduced the concept of Earth's crust shifting in his book Asterisk, the Earth's Shifting Crust Asterisk. Hapgood suggested that the outer layer of the Earth occasionally slides over the molten interior, causing massive geological upheaval. At the time, mainstream science dismissed Hapgood's ideas as pseudoscience. Yet Albert Einstein, one of the greatest scientific minds in history, wrote a foreword for Hapgood's work, lending it an air of credibility. Thomas took Hapgood's theories a step further. describing in vivid detail the horrors of such an event. He claimed the Earth's crust could shift by up to 90 degrees, essentially flipping the planet on its side. In a matter of hours, continents would be submerged, mountains would rise and fall, and cities would be obliterated as winds reached supersonic speeds. One of the most chilling aspects of Thomas's work is how he tied these catastrophic events to myths and ancient texts from around the world. Almost every culture has a flood story, from Noah's Ark in the Bible to the Sumerian tale of Gilgamesh and the Hindu accounts of Manu. Thomas argued that these weren't mere myths but fragmented memories of real events, global floods caused by rapid pole shifts. He even pinpointed the dates of these floods, tying them to major shifts in climate and geography. For example, Thomas pointed to the Younger Dryas period about 11,600 years ago as one such event. This aligns with Hapgood's theories and even some modern geological evidence, such as the sudden melting of glaciers and massive sea level rises around that time. But it's not just floods that support Thomas's claims. Consider the Great Sphinx of Giza. Many researchers argue that the erosion around its base couldn't have been caused by desert winds but by water, vast amounts of it. Then there's the lost city of Atlantis. Could it have been a real place destroyed in one of these pole shifts? Plato's writings describe Atlantis as a highly advanced civilization that vanished in a single day of disaster. Modern researchers have speculated about locations like the Eye of the Sahara, whose concentric rings resemble Plato's description of Atlantis. And let's not forget the legends of Mu, a supposed lost continent in the Pacific. From Japan's Yonaguni Monument to Easter Island's mysterious Moai statues, evidence of advanced ancient engineering seems to hint at civilizations erased by time and catastrophe. So if Thomas was right, the question isn't just, did this happen before? But could it happen again? According to Thomas, the signs of a coming pole shift are already here. Earthquakes and volcanic activity are increasing. The magnetic poles are drifting faster than ever, and the planet's magnetic field is weakening, a potential precursor to a reversal. If the magnetic field fails, the consequences would be dire. Satellites would be fried, cancer rates would skyrocket due to increased solar radiation, and our modern way of life, utterly dependent on technology, could collapse in a matter of days. But let's take a step back. How much of this is science and how much is speculation? Critics argue that while Thomas was undoubtedly brilliant, he often cherry-picked evidence to fit his narrative. For instance, his claim that the Earth's crust can suddenly slide is not supported by modern geology. The process of plate tectonics, which explains the movement of continents, occurs over millions of years, not hours. However, some of his ideas, like the potential for rapid climate change or the weakening of Earth's magnetic field, are backed by modern science. And while the catastrophic pole shifts he described may not be imminent, the dangers of a collapsing magnetic field or rising sea levels are real and worth our attention. So where does that leave us? Should we panic, build bunkers, and prepare for the end? Or should we view Asterisk, the Adam and Eve story Asterisk, as a cautionary tale, a reminder of our planet's fragility and the importance of understanding our past to protect our future? What's undeniable is that Thomas's work, though controversial, continues to spark debate and curiosity. It challenges us to look beyond what we think we know and consider the possibility that history is far older and far stranger than we've ever imagined. If you've made it this far, thank you for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and explore the rest of our channel for more deep dives into mysteries, secrets, and the unknown. With that said, thanks, and until next time.